It is week 24. It is the penultimate. It's just sorry, not the penultimate. It is the last week of the wheel to wheel season 4. Jesus, sorry, I am late today. Starting up. It's a case of I'm away tomorrow, so trying to get a few things done. Anyway, we are in China. It looks pretty dull in China right now. We haven't missed anything. Nobody's out yet. Quali hasn't started, and it is officially raining in China, at least for Quali. That is the way it stands right now. I will go to the official channels here, where we have, the official bits. The only bit to wrap up from last week was Wilfred Boney received a 5-second penalty and 2 penalty points for entering AI on the last lap. That's not allowed. That was down apparently due to the fact that they hadn't got a fully charged controller. Supreme Bio intentionally ramming cars on the last lap wasn't acceptable either. Just a bit of a warning for him there. So that was all that needed to be wrapped up. We have, of course, the season 5 calendar there in the top. And the winner again last week was Elite Carbon with his 3rd win. Well, technically his 4th, but he did have one of those taken away due to penalties. Looks like Rory, Dre and Bunsey and Major Jam are currently out on track as they warm up those tyres. We will join them in just a minute. That means that Bunsey has eclipsed 304 points for the season thus far. Phenomenal from him. Only one other person has eclipsed 200, which is Ron Anasaurus. He's not here today, which means that a 4th or better for Elite Carbon means he will jump Ron Anasaurus, which seemed absolutely impossible to think only a couple of weeks ago. Seemed absolutely insane that he will be caught, but he has. Elite Carbon has won back-to-back races. Budge has officially jumped Angry Chameleon. He is now 8 points ahead of him. Major Jam and Chameleon still have 1 point between them. They've got a lot to race for. Chameleon could conceivably drop as low as 8th today. More if Drain were to get more points again, but Chameleon could drop at quite a number of spots, and it is raining and they are out on the inter. So let's go straight to the action as we warm up this broadcast. I apologize for the lateness. As I say, cannot be helped this week, the week that's in it. I am flying off early tomorrow, so trying to get all that sorted and do this and get out in the morning early enough. Folks, it is great to have you all in as usual. If you're in here, please give the stream a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you have done so already, thank you. It is very, very much appreciated, as is all the support that I've had while doing this. Okay, it is China, and we are on board with the Angry Chameleon as he comes around this final big bend. This is the big bend that I caught up with in my last season of wheel to wheel racing. Caught up with Why Not See on this after getting a good exit off this. Overtook Why Not See on the straight to take the win in China. I believe that was season 2 possibly, if memory serves correct. Came around this corner and Why Not See was flat out at that stage trying to catch up, but I had the fresher tyres and I had no idea. Zero time. Thank you, Catherine Green, for the like. Much appreciated. Angry Chameleon is on a hot lap, as is a few others. I do know that oops, daisy. We will stay on this view for the moment. I think we had Bunsey that was out. So Bunsey is coming around. This is the final corner, and Bunsey is first across the line. So will Bunsey set a good time? 1:46 is his. And then Major Jam improved by 1.1 seconds. So the wet already upsetting the Bunce man. He hasn't enjoyed his practice today, that is for sure. Our man Buncey. Rory Drain up to a 1:45.5 as well, but a great qualification lap, or banker lap from Buncey. There is Why Not See with a 1:46, just behind Buncey in time as well. Angry Comedian, as he comes around this big long U-turn into going into sector 3 here. Once he goes halfway down this straight. So he is 118 as he heads down this straight. There's a sector 1 that's probably somebody's letting somebody by. We are 124 in the rain. Comedian into sector 3, and he is not down in the time because obviously he hasn't set one previously. Let's see how it goes. 134 as it comes up and around the second to last corner. Round the last corner, nice take on the inside there, pushing that curb, and he will race to the line. 143, 144, 144 in there. Mormick into the 143s though. What a time for Mormick. Mormick enjoying those tyres and enjoying the rain. He is the rain master. Blue Gunner and Mayo Man setting 146.2. So 3 seconds to be gained by some guys in order to catch even Mormick. Phenomenal start from the dude. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Mormick may yet get his second win of the year. Oh, let's see. We got Budge out on the lap. Let's see where he is on his lap. He's coming down the long straight at the back. As you can see there at the bottom of the screen there, that is a massively long straight. 2 long straights, this one here around the back, and then the pit straight. Lots of opportunity to overtake in this track, to be fair. Nice windy middle section there as they wind their way down onto the back straight. Budge coming around 142, 143, 144, 145 flat, puts him into third just behind Comedian, who went again and got a 144. Sorry, that was Comedian's last qualifying. Apologies. Vernie Verne loves China. Vernie Verne loves China. Let's see how much he loves it as he comes down into this final turn. He's a 136. 140 as he goes around the final turn. 6 seconds to the end. No, it's 4.9. He does love China. He puts himself above Budge. He does love China, but he has got a fast car to the line there. Is a hero back with us, going into the pits, has set a 145 flat, also just behind Budge by 0.03 of a second. Major Jam was going for it, and Major Jam is going for another lap. He is down almost a tenth of his time, which would jump him up. So Buncey did improve after going for another lap. He's in the 145s. Only Blue Gunner and Mayo Man now is that invalidation? No, he stays out long enough to make it work. 144 from Major Jam. He improved by 0.2 and he's up to third above Vernie Verne. So we're starting to get faster times out of the guys now. And we have Sector 2, Kaiser Gun. Kaiser Irish Gun, he is coming down in through Sector 2. He is taking it tentatively. We will come back to him as he comes round. Supreme Bio must have invalidated. No, he's coming around. Sorry, he's a couple of turns ahead, I beg your pardon. So he is coming down around. He's 136, 137, 138. As he comes round, could be about 140. He's on a Vernie Verne time. He hasn't invalidated. 143. 145 flat, almost Vernie Verne style, about a couple of tenths. Welsh Wizard has got pole the last 2 weeks. He sets a 144. Vernie Verne does another one, 144.755, improves by about 0.2. These guys are improving as this volley goes on. Kaiser Gun hasn't completed his lap yet, but we've had Blue Gunner go again, 146 flat. Mayo Man finding it difficult to get anything above the 146 as well. The McLaren's not doing too well. And that is Kaiser Gun with a 144.4. Mormick, absolutely stonking opening lap from him. Phenomenal. He's in the pits, sitting there watching the other guys saying, hey, come at me, boys. Angry Comedian is out. He is on his out lap. He is in sector 2, coming into around the final turn again. We always need to join him. Around this big long U-turn up towards that big back straight. We find Comedian at this point in the lap all the time. Blue Gunner not doing much with that extra 3 laps that he done on his tires. You have to remember, Bunty's after going again. He's up to 44.8. He's vastly improved. He's up about 1.5 seconds from his original time, which is phenomenal. Man is finding his balance. Angry Comedian starting his lap, or he's on his lap, I beg your pardon. He is coming to the end of his almost lap on these new tires. So he'll go across the line, and he will runs really wide. They're not getting invalidations there, which is strange, but that's we'll have to see. So now Comedian is going to come down and around the first long corner. Long sweeping corners in this one. This is a difficult one to balance the throttle and the brake here as you go around, and then on the right hander, and then you come around into an almost a 180 on a left hander as well. So it's 180, as you can see there, 180 one way, 180 the other way. Almost more of on the first turn, if we're being honest. Comedian is down a little bit on his. He's got a great first sector. Will he catch up with Mormick? Fudge goes 144.4 on his third lap on these tires. He is not going to do better this time. Kaiser Gunn still up there. He good job of putting himself above Angry Comedian and Kaiser. Vernie Vern, another great time. Again, a lot of 144s as it stands. Major Jam is on an outlap, letting people by, as is the rules. Long first sweeping corner he's on as he comes around by that big stand. 2 massive curves, one way and then the other way on turns 1 and 2. I think there are multiple turns within the first turn, to be honest, but it's like one long one. And as I say, it is just a difficult one to work with the throttle and the brake around them. You kind of have to ease it around too much and you go wide or you spin. Let's see, Is a Hero fashion is out of quali. He sets a 145 flat, and that is him done. As this may dry up as the day goes on. Spider-Man, big knockouts for the win. He was actually born in China. Hey, Spider-Man, I know what you mean. He's a man of mystery. Let's go for a bit of zero here while we wait on Pace Hamlet to come around and see if he can improve on his time. Pace Hamlet, probably one of the underachievers for the year, but also has enjoyed a lot of time in the lower cars. Anyway, Carbon 3 laps in and he still can't get better than a 1:45.3. We have 5 minutes in quali and we have quali laps from everybody. Big Knockouts is the only one, Big Knockouts currently standing in last in quali, so not the best of times for him. Let's see what K Flemo is as he comes around here. We will join Mormick in just a moment to see if he's... Oh, and he's lost the back, and that's going to hamper him there completely. As he comes down to the final corner, and he's gone straight in. Oh, he felt like he lost there and he wasn't going to do any better. Let's see where Mormick is. He is currently our fastest driver on track. He is invalidated, so he is letting people by. There is Vernie Vern, I think it is. Yes, it is. It is Vernie Vern in second, 1:43.9. So I told you, Vernie Vern loves China. And look who's right behind him. It's the Angry Comedian with a 1:44.2. Fudge 1:44.4 is in the pits. He's going to go one more time for sure. We don't know if this is going to be necessarily a dry race or a wet race, but right now everybody is battling in the wet. So Mormick is going to go for another flying lap. He would let people by there. Oh, he's going to go in. Did he do damage? He might have done damage on that out lap. So we will let him be. Welsh Wizard has gone 1:44 also. Everybody in the top 9 inside the 1:44s, and Big Knockos a vastly better lap there, improved to 10th position with a 1:45 flat. As did we say that? Major Jam, or he is knocked down to 11th. Because who's gone better? Looks like Rory Drain has gone better, is it? Or Elite Carbon, I beg your pardon. Elite Carbon has gone better. But it's a hard day for the guys inside these McLarens. They are not enjoying this track whatsoever. They are at the back of the pack in the bottom three, both in the bottom three. On the flip side of that, we have the Red Bulls doing tremendously. This is a lap that will absolutely suit them. Excuse me. Kay Flemo sitting on track for whatever reason. He's coming out of pits and he's letting people go by on that long first corner. Mailman's now gone 2 laps. He's inside the 145s. Only Blue Gunner in the 146, and he's barely in the 146. He's only 4 thousandths inside the 146, and he's coming down here now, and he is heading towards this corner. Has he improved at all? He's 141 coming around. He's probably a little later. He's at 145 possibly. Yes, 145.6 is what he's got. Now we have everybody above 145. But look at Mormick. Absolutely stonking first lap. Welsh Wizard's gone 4 laps. Dude's just doesn't matter about his tires because he won't start the race in these. That's for sure, but unbelievable. Bunsey on a fresh set of boots. He is down on his time. He's not doing much better. Oh, sorry, there he goes. He's slightly up in the time as he goes into sector 2. Puts down the hammer and he comes around with Bunsey time. Let's go. This big long straight. Let's see how he goes. He's into sector 3. Our man Bunsey. Bunsey comes around the final turn at 130. Heads down to this. He needs to be about 139 or 140. He's at 139. He comes around. That's a good one. He's up in the 144s. It looks like, yeah, 144.3, and that jumps him up above Budge. Just half a tenth above Budge as it happens. Major jam. Normally the quali master, he is down 3 tenths in his lap as it turns out. We will come back to him at this progressive. Budge. Welsh Wizard out green. Kaiser going up to 143.7. Mick putting in such a great lap. 143.6 improves a little bit. No, sorry, that was a we will come back to him. Kaiser Gunn and Vernier the 2 Red Bulls in the top 3, and there's Vernier 143.9. The 2 Red Bulls in the 143s and also the Haas, the Ferrari of Mormick. Ironman has joined. He won't get time to put in a lap, I don't think, but Ironman is in with us now. It is good to have you in, Ironman. So is it here Rory Drain and Mailman all out of quality now? They are not going to get to improve on this. Is it Hero Lose now early, and he's going to find himself right at the back. Playing by a 144.5. All the great times. Everybody inside the top 13 is all set 144 or better. Or 145 or better, really. There is Elite Carbon on his last attempt of 6 laps. Beats Mormick by half a tenth. Mormick is coming around. He is down a tenth. He's going to do this. If he does this now, and it is drier than the first time he done it, if he does this now, if he stays on this pace, he is going to actually improve on his time, and he's going to go into first place. As he comes around second to last corner, he is 133 heading down towards the final corner. If he goes around here to 139 or better, he's 138, so he's going to be a 143 something. 143.2! He goes better by 3, nearly 4 tenths. That's an incredible time. An Angry Chameleon setting a 143.6. We're getting the 143s now. Budge is after setting a 143. Vern goes second. I said he liked it, but it looks like Mormick likes it even more. This is an incredible finish to quali. Big Knocko is finding himself down in 12th despite getting up a second and a half. Incredible things here. Times going in here. Big Knockos, and why not retiring? Wilfred Boney is done, and we didn't get a time from Ironman, who joined quali late. Mormick takes pole position in China, and this is a very, very, very interesting front three. It is Mormick, Elite Vernie Vern and Elite Carbon. And also up there is the other Red Bull and the Angry Chameleon, who has had difficulty putting things together since he got in to the Alpine. He finds himself above Budge, and in fourth place he would have a 12-point finish. Budge would have, was it 1, 2, 4, 6, 7? It wouldn't be enough. Budge would finish, I think, 1 point ahead of the Angry Chameleon as things stands. But Mormick takes pole. He's going to lay down season 5 standards right now. He's going to change. He's figured it's time to do this again. He's had a win this season. Vernie Vern certainly would like to win here. Phenomenal stuff. Unbelievable. Absolutely stonking time of 143.222, which is nearly 4 tenths ahead of the next best. It was raining, but my God, what an absolute performance by these guys. Let's see where we stand. Mormick in first, with Vernie Vern in second. Elite Carbon in third, Angry Chameleon in fourth, Kaiser Gun in fifth, Budge in sixth, Major Jam in seventh, Blue Gunner in eighth, Supreme Bio in ninth, Welsh Wizard in 10th after taking the pole position in the last 2 weeks. K Flemo in 11th, Bunsey in 12th, Big Knockos in 13th with Why Not See in 14th, Rory Drain in 15th, Wilfred in 16th, Is a Hero in 17th. As a result of that, everybody 144 or 145 or better. Mayo Man in 18th, and Iron Man, who didn't get time to set a time in quali as he joined late, will start at the back of the pack. Woo! That McLaren of Blue Gunner came together at the end, and all people 8th or above set the 143s, but the top of the pile, as we say, is Mormick. An absolutely great performance by him. He went out, set a great time, came out, had a bit of a warm-up, and then went out for one more lap, and he set a tremendous time. Wow, what an interesting final race. Mormick being out ahead in the Ferrari is a big thrill for me. It is going to be nice to see how this goes, if we're being honest. There are very fast cars at the front, and there are some very experienced and very fast drivers in the mid-pack. So they will come back, and you will have a very interesting race once this is done. More zero time. Cheers. Oh. Oh, here we go. Wow. Vernie Vern has put a mid bet on Kaiser Gun to win at 14-1. Phenomenal. Kaiser Gunner is calling Vernie Vern a clown as a result of doing that. But there's an interesting bet. Does Vern know something about Kaiser that I don't, or any of us don't? Is Kaiser going to get his first win of the season, extending it to 13 of our 20 drivers that will have won a race this season? Or will it be, look who we had at the top. We had Elite Carbon right up there in third position. He is prime to take the last 3 races of the season. That will be 4 wins. That will be 4 wins and a 4 wins and a realistically one that would have been a win, but for a penalty that he got previously. Or earlier in that particular race. I'll make this a little bit smaller. It's very gaudy at the end. Boom. Wireless controller is disconnected. Why is that? Nice. We haven't missed anything. We're all good. My controller disconnected. My controller disconnected because it died. I had to change one. Oh, more Mick with pole, man. More Mick with pole, and we are good. And it is a dry day on race day. So quali was wet, but the race is dry, and that may be down to setups. Who knows? But look at this. Great to see more Mick up there. Very with the results at the end of the season. Really coming good. Angry Comedian must have got control of that car because he is up in fourth. Elite Carbon, though, folks, has won the last 2 races, and it is possible that he goes and takes the final 3 races of the season. But let's see. More Mick or Vernie Vern winning today would be phenomenal for the championship. Let's turn on our information. We leave the position change as usual for the start of the race, and then we will go. So we'll check the tires first before we do that. So more Mick and Vernie Vern going mediums. Elite Carbon going hard. That is his chosen thing to do. Angry Chameleon and Kaiser Gun going medium. Then Budge on hards. Major Jam on mediums. Blue Gunner is on softs. Is he looking to get an advantage early on? It's tough. This is a very tough track to go on softs for at length at all. He might be banking on a safety car at some stage. The next few there, Supreme, Welsh Wizard, K Flemo, Bunsey, who finds himself in 12th, which is foreign to him. He's not enjoying that, I'm sure. Knockos and Why Not See, all on hards, with then Wilfred and Ironman going the same way. And Worry is a hero, and Mayo Man also going medium. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mediums, 1 soft, and 10 hards to begin this race. The mid pack looking to go long, it would seem. The front runners looking to extend their advantage, except of course Carbon and Budge, who tend to go hard at the start of a lot of races. They like to get those cars out of the way. Anyway, we will leave it on that, and we will leave it on position change for the start of the race, so we can enjoy and see who is doing better and worse. Okay, more Mick, Vernie Vern off, cancelled. Angry Comedian disqualified for not getting up there. But you see the last guys coming around the corner there. We see Ironman in his Ferrari getting the last warming up of the tyres before he approaches his grid position. Let's do it, folks. We have a Ferrari at the front and a Ferrari at the back. Contrasting fates in this race, I have to imagine. But anyway, it is nearly time. We had a bit of a glitch there because it said lap 2. Here we go. Lap 1. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And sure, look, the race has started. There we go, now we're away. And look at that start by Mormick. He's already pulling away. And Elite Carbon. Oh no! Who's that? Who's plummeting? It's Blue Gunner down. No, Blue Gunner swapping over, but Kaiser Gun is gone. Down at 5 positions, 6 positions. That's a crazy bad start for him. And that half max bet by Vernie Vern already looking like the clown emoji that Kaiser gave it. But Vernie Vern and Mormick are up. Oh, and Mormick runs really wide, and he leaves an opportunity for Vernie Vern. But look at this. Jesus, the speed in that Ferrari is phenomenal. He's after retaining the position. They had a good advantage. They were already a second ahead. And there's big knockouts after that start, going flying back. And Ironman Supreme Bio has spun, has he? It looks like it. But what a start. Angry Chameleon holding on to the back of this pack. And there's another person. Blue Gunner's around. We see him in the back there. Oh my God, he tried to get it spun around again. And Blue Gunner and Supreme Bio not enjoying the start of this race whatsoever. Both down 10 positions. Rory Drain is up 6. Big Knuckles is up 5. So his Spider-Man's confidence in Big Knuckles is well served. But here we go. Mormick. And wow, Mormick and Vernie Vern already 1.5 seconds ahead of Elite Carbon. This is phenomenal. Angry Chameleon and Elite Carbon battle into the final couple of turns here. But it is Elite Carbon who comes out ahead. Oh, and Mormick has obviously set the fast lap, but that was very wide from both Welsh Wizard and Angry Chameleon there. Those guys are going to be battling hard. And there is Major Jam who's overtaken Budge. Wow, this is going to be an interesting middle section, that is for sure. 1.7 seconds 2 seconds as we see those mediums lay down the advantage early on. They would have been further ahead, but for that bit of a run wide. Mormick and Vernie Vern going hard at it at the front, and that might help the guys behind. This is phenomenal from the two fastest cars on track. These guys were separated by 3/10 in quali, but they're barely separated by that now. Mormick trying to get the advantage, and that battle at the start is really suiting Elite Carbon, because Elite Carbon is looking ahead and he is saying, hey guys, you go battle all you like. As long as you're battling, you're not pulling those 2-3 seconds ahead like you just were. Vernie Vern is settled in behind Mormick, and Mormick is now starting to pull ahead a little bit. Mormick didn't come out there as well as Vernie Vern didn't come out that corner as well as Mormick. Mormick is now more than 2.5 seconds ahead of Elite Carbon as he starts to put down his advantage. But he will give Vernie Vern the DRS. Oh, he won't. Where's the DRS line? Have we passed the DRS line? We may have passed the DRS line already. There it is there. Sorry, it's on the corner and he doesn't get it. And it is Mormick goes 1:38.4 on his second lap, an improvement of 3 seconds. So he is staying ahead. DRS is enabled, and these guys are starting to push their advantage. Vernie Vern using up some of his ERS to stay on the back of Mormick. It is vital that he does so, or he'll have to start using more of that ERS, and it'll mean that he has very little of it when it comes to a battle. If Mormick is trying to do Mormick is trying to pull ahead so far that he doesn't give him the DRS, and there's a big sexy DRS zone at the end of this lap on that big back straight, and Mormick is going in and out of it at the moment. It turns out that Vern looks a bit more comfortable in the corners, but Mormick is much faster on the straights, it would seem. Look at him pulling away all those valuable tenths as he comes up to this. Let's see the DRS line now. It is 9.84, 8.85, and that is the DRS line there. And and there he goes. That is a big loss for Vernie Vern, as he is now going wide. He did not do well in those series of turns. He is 2.4 seconds off, and Elite Carbon is now in danger of losing the DRS to Elite Carbon on the main straight when he comes around. Oh my! Mormick now just needs to keep it. Oh, and there's a big loss of snap, or a big snap by Elite Carbon as he comes around that corner. And Mormick now with the advantage, and look at this. No DRS here, but Chameleon does, but he doesn't want to go up the inside there. He will absolutely shoot out worse than... but this is the interesting part here. We'll go back to tyres now, because we have seen how things have changed on the first couple of laps. But here we go. Elite Carbon has maintained that third position with those hard tyres. He isn't catching up on Vernie Vern at the moment, but now Vernie Vern is going to have to save that and try and just do his own race now, because he is 3 seconds behind Mormick, who is absolutely loving China. Absolutely loving it. Look at this drive going on. Absolute sexy drive. Let's do it, Mormick. Verny Vern still just inside that 3-second mark. As we say, on the straights, Mormick just looked that bit faster. So that might be just a different setup there. But Verny Vern is catching up in the corners. And that's that middle sector that serves him well. There we go, down to 2.7. And then back to 2.9 once Mick is coming around up that straight. So there you go. Look at that. Yeah, there we go. Angry Chameleon, this is where he will look to challenge. There we go, look at that. We knew that was coming. That is the DRS, and that's a big sexy DRS zone on that back straight. There we go. Making the overtaking. Elite Carbon trying to do a switchback. But Elite Carbon can now, 43% on the ERS from Chameleon. So it means that Elite Carbon can hang on to the back of Chameleon with those hard tyres and that DRS. So this might actually work out really well. He may get great times on those hard tyres, and then as the changeover happens, get back past Chameleon. Verny Vern is reduced that gap by about a couple of tenths, that's for sure. We are in the middle sector once again, though. That's where we've seen him improve. He loves this track. He really does. This is one of his favourite tracks on the calendar. And despite it not being on the real F1 this year, it is on season 5 for the wheel-to-wheel faithful. So if you like trying it is in, unlike in F1. Oi, oi, oi. Angry Chameleon is 1.7 seconds behind Verny Vern. So long as Elite Carbon isn't held up by too much, as long as Elite Carbon isn't held up. Oh, Mormick is after spinning! Oh, that's tough for Mormick. That is tough for Mormick. Oh my. He hasn't enjoyed the corners. He has not enjoyed the corners. Blue Gunner's advantage on those softs is long gone. And Verny Vern finds himself out ahead by 2 seconds over his brother Chameleon. We're definitely going to have a situation here, I think, where Mormick is going to have to try and make up this difference now. But he's not too far off. Mormick can get onto the back of Big Knuckles here and try to get back into this race. He is faster out here, but he is just after making a very, very tough mistake there. Kaiser Gunn languishing down in 14th after a great quali. Elite Carbon all over the back of Chameleon now. And there is Blue Gunner already in. He's in 18th position. He's on the mediums now. He didn't get an early safety car. He did not get an early safety car, and that's them soft maybe the death of him now in this race. He is going to be battling at the back 4 positions. Right, as we see, Fudge is now in 5th. Angry Chameleon is in 2nd. That is an 18-point finish versus a 10-point finish. That means they would end up the same. And Chameleon has a win, so he would finish above Fudge as things stand. Chameleon is on the mediums and Fudge is on the hards, which means they're going to have a different strategy and a whole different way this race is going to materialize. There is the big long straight getting Elite Carbon back up to within 4 tenths of the Angry Chameleon. Let's see if we've got a battle. Is a Hero on Bunsey? Is a Hero is overtaken Bunsey, but Bunsey's going to go back at him. He has settled in behind him though. It looks like he's going to go for it, but he's decided the better part there is actually wait for it and go for the DRS on. Okay, so Is a Hero's ahead of Bunsey. Nothing makes sense at all, and there's Kaiser Gunner setting fastest lap now. Kaiser Gunn out of nowhere is now setting fastest lap despite the fact that he's back in 14th and he hasn't changed tires, he hasn't done anything different. Maybe, as you say, maybe Verny Vern knew something, but he should have put the money on himself, because Verny Vern is 2 seconds ahead of Comedian on the same strategy. This is big. No safety cars here today will mean that these strategies will be very interesting when it comes down to it. Major Jam is now in the DRS of Elite Carbon, but that's neutralised by the fact that Elite is inside of Angry Chameleons. And Mormick was making inroads into Big Knuckles. Those tyres not in the greatest of shape after all spin there, they'll have ball spots for sure. But that will even out as more laps are put on it. But an absolutely heartbreaking moment there around this final turn 4. Or one of these turns here. Final turn before the big straight for Mormick. Mormick now making massive inroads into Big Knuckles. Is he going to back out? He's not, he's going to go straight through. And that's pushing all wide, and Big Knuckles will lose 2 spots as a result of that. Is a hero taking over Big Knuckles. That was a really late breaking moment from Mormick. He's back up to 8, but that was questionable at best. Is a hero with fastest lap. Nothing makes sense in China. I'm pretty sure we're even in the wrong hemisphere at this rate. Fudge in 5th is 2 seconds, falling off Major Jam like nothing, because he has not got DRS while Major Jam does. Angry Comedian is down, he's 62%, he's doing very well. He's got more ERS than Carbon, who's finding it difficult it seems, but he is on the harder strategy right now. Blue Gunner 130, what is going on? Okay, Blue Gunner's on brand new mediums, so that makes sense. They're doing both now and doing well. But my God, this race was like all the people at the back are set fast lap, while the people battling at the front we never would have imagined would be there. You have to imagine that an Elite Carbon is outside the DRS zone. That will leave him vulnerable to Major Jam. And Major Jam getting great grip there. The hards in China not working out for him as well as he would have liked, but he has retained a top 4 position despite the fact that he was on the hard. So it's something. Those mediums are in prime condition right now. Oh, but look at that. That's a Major Jam taking a lead card in there. And it looks like Elite's going to come right back at him. He is, because the DRS has changed in this instance. This is great for Chameleon. Chameleon falling about 8 tenths behind Bernie Byrne driving like there's just like he knows this track like the back of his hand. Out front, enjoying the view. Great the fact that he knows his brother's behind him, but he's miles behind him. Well, 2-3 seconds behind. Even a penalty at this stage means he might not even get that position back. But anyway, Fudge is, because of those swapping back between Elite and Major Jam, is now back in the hunt there. He's been within 1.5 seconds. Welsh Wizard dangerous back there. He'll have the DRS around the next one. Brewery Drain a good 3 seconds back from him, but Mormick is all over the back of him now. Mormick is in the DRS zone of him, so Mormick just needs to maintain this good drive and get back some of what he's lost. Great stuff. He'd probably get a penalty for pushing big knuckles out wide, that's for sure. But hey, this is the way it is. Kaiser gone. Iron Man is up to 12th from last. He's loving this track too. There are people loving this track you'd never would have imagined. Major Jam is falling right off the back of Elite Carbon, but he's getting some of that back because of the DRS. But he must have been way back there, whatever happened. And now they are back in the hunt with the Angry Chameleon. And Budge is right there now. Budge is only 1.2 seconds behind. His tyres are going to start coming good when those mediums are going to start falling off. So this is a very interesting, you can see the strategies in play now. We have a Sector 3 mess up here somewhere. Kaiser gone. Just unbelievable. See, so why not see is having tough times at the back, only ahead of Blue Gunner and Wilfred Boney, who honestly have both stopped at this stage, so that says a lot about what way their race is going. Bernie Byrne now 3.3 seconds ahead. Elite Carbon and Major Jam in the DRS of Angry Chameleon, who's falling back. So those cards may be coming into their own. Hello there. Oh no, he's back in. He's back in. So let's see. Will Elite Carbon reach the DRS zone? He does. It looks like he's gone. He's within 8/10 of him. There's the DRS line there as they come around this final turn. Or sorry, this final turn before the big long straight. I keep it's not the final turn, but the last major part of racing before the final couple of turns. Now Elite Carbon hasn't got DRS. He fought out. He did, but he just didn't. He didn't enjoy how much of an advantage there because Chameleon put down the hammer. Yeah, Chameleon was using ERS to maintain that 1 second disc gap. Was Elite Carbon in the DRS? He wasn't, so Chameleon used it wisely there, saving it. But he's falling. His worry about the guys behind him, I said this before, his worry about those guys behind him has him losing space or time on the Bernie Byrne in front. So he's worried behind Wilfred Boney with a 3-second time penalty first of this race. There's Mailman going into the pits, not enjoying his race either. Those McLarens not liking this track whatsoever. There's Elite Carbon, he's just inside and just outside of our time. Wonder what it is that's happening there. Look at this. There we go, Elite Carbon. Can he maintain that through and into the path of the DRS zone again? Because that's where he will maintain it. Major Jam must have had a wobble because he's 1.2 seconds and Budge now on the back of him. Maybe, just maybe, these hards are coming into their own. Budge is going to be challenging Major Jam on this big long straight at the back. Now, Elite Carbon is outside. There's the line. And Elite is just inside, I think. Just inside, but he falls out again. Let's keep an eye. Let's see with Budge. We'll keep an eye on Budge. There's the DRS. Open wide. This is going to mean he's going to pull in that Aston. He's going to place it there, but he's not going to go for it. He's not going to go for it. And Elite Carbon is just not getting inside that 1 second time. But Angry Chameleon has just almost 0% ERS. He's going to be knackered when it comes to battling. He's using everything he can. He knows he's going to pit soon, so he's going to get some back anyway. But Elite Carbon may want to tactically use a bit of that now in order to reel him back in and start battling him again. Budge all over the back of Major Jam. 3/10 between them. Those hard tires definitely coming into it. Because the median is struggling. But Byrne is just cruising out in front. Just look at that guy. Look at the distance back to the others. He is just cruising in it. And the great thing about being in a position like this is he doesn't need to worry about what other people are doing. He worries about his own race and is just going for it. Absolutely phenomenal drive by him. Mormick is above as a hero. And he's now on the back of Welsh Wizard. So he's making a great recovery drive. Back at the 7th. And he's in the DRS zone too. Is Elite Carbon 19, so Chameleon is trying to build a bit back up because at this stage he needs to. Oh, and that's a big snap there from the AlphaTauri of Elite Carbon, losing him some time and allowing Major Jam to get the DRS. And Budge is going, you bastard, because I had it and I could have got him this time around, but I'm not going to get it this time around. This is very close in this backpack. Or this back to the front of the guys. And there's Rory Drain being overtaken, it looks like, by Big Knuckles, who's making up some of that space. Angry Chameleon is into the pits after 11 laps. That's a very early start or stop for him. That means Elite and Budge and Welch are all set out. Oh, it's an early stop, but I suppose Mormick has gone in as well. The medium runners not liking those tyres at this stage in the race. They are going to go 15 laps, it looks like, with those hards at the end. But it looks like you'll have faster mediums for the front runners. For the guys who are on the hards at the front, those guys is a hero and Vernie Byrne staying out one more lap at least. They have to realise, and they need to take into consideration obviously that the hard tires just take a long time. In the middle of a race, they take a long time to warm up. and it loses you so much time in the middle of the race, whereas you don't lose nearly as much at the start of the race, it would seem. That's the way it appears to me anyway. Anyway, those guys have stopped. And Chameleon Major Jam find themselves in 10th and 11th. Vernie Verne has a lot of time at the front of this pack. He is still pulling away a little bit from Elite Carbon, but Elite Carbon. Oh, and there's Budge! Oh no, I beg your pardon. Who was that? That's K Flemmo. I beg your pardon. Jesus, I thought that was Budge. I forgot it was on K Flemmo. Anyway, that was K Flemmo losing it. I apologise to Budge for that. I thought it was on. I thought it was on Elite Carbon time. I was talking about him. But look at this Budge now. Is he laying down the gauntlet? Is he going to challenge Elite Carbon, who's on those cards? Who's same car? Is a hero into the pits. Vernie still going one more lap. He's now still 5 seconds ahead. Now we will watch that gap. So long as he stays outside of 5 seconds, it means he hasn't lost any time to those guys who are running longer on those hards. Oh my mother divine Christ. Oh my God. Anyway. We will be right back with the race. We will be right back in the race. It's like it gets to exactly midpoint in the race, and which it is, and then, hey, I'm taking a break. This broadcast is brought to you by Comb Award and Paranormal Detectives, the board games. We will have the race in just a second, folks. It's like halfway through a race, every freaking time. And then we'll have one more before, right near the end, when it all matters the most. But we will be right back. It loses a couple of seconds. I apologise for it. I don't know what's doing it. It's not internet. It's not anything. If it was the internet, I'd be losing my stream as well. I don't know what the hell's going on. But the game is not working for me. It might be my PlayStation. It may actually be my PlayStation, if I'm being honest. My PlayStation is overworked and it has put up some serious hours. It has put up some serious hours over the last couple of years. So I may have run it into the ground. Okay. It is sounding like a Harrier jump jet with the fans that are on it. Harrier jump jet taking off vertically. Okay. Let's get this stuff around. So, 4 point. So he's lost. Elite Carbon has gained about half a second on Vernie Verne, but you have to imagine there's 15 laps gone. What's Vernie Verne's tactic here? Is Vernie Verne just going to go? He's not going to go medium soft, surely. I don't know. I just don't know. And Chameleon back up to 8th after his stop. Everybody ahead of him yet to stop. Let's look at the distance between the leader and the Chameleon is 28 seconds. That may be enough for Verne to stop, but you have to imagine that Verne is going to lose a lot of time on a new set of cards. Chameleon's cards are warmed up now. Welsh Wizard finds himself on the mediums ahead of Mormick. So we're going to start seeing the hard fire runners go in, that's for sure. There's Mormick and Welsh Wizard. Mormick has gone hard. He's going to have a serious battle with Welsh Wizard in those mediums. He's got the DRS and he's doing this again. So this time not running as wide, but he gets a bad exit out of that because of it. That was a really late time to break. And he has lost time to Kaiser behind him, who's on new mediums. Both of those guys, they're all going to the end. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. Mormick now has lost a place to Kaiser as a result of that effort on that final straight. Budge in the DRS. Look at this now. Time for Vernie Verne is crumbling downwards. Does he think he can get 12 laps out of a set of softs? I think that's highly ambitious. And he may actually have undone himself here, if we're being honest. Everybody behind him still has to stop again though, but they're all going to be on mediums. Oh my. So let's see, Budge is not in the DRS zone of Elite Carbon. Elite Carbon has loads of DRS. Angry Chameleon applying the DRS now. He's down to 50% again. He's using it up in a big way. Supreme Bio is right ahead of him. Angry Chameleon not getting much past him at the moment, but he will do on this big long straight now. This is where Chameleon has the advantage because those tires are fresh. He's getting the outside as well, which is phenomenal. That's great for him because he means he doesn't have to go tight into the corner, and he leaves an opportunity for Major Jam there too. Elite Carbon has gone into the pits. Fresh set of mediums for him, the first of the hard runners to stop. Let's see where he comes out in regards to Angry Chameleon. Angry Chameleon on the main straight, and it's going to be close. It's going to be close. And he makes it happen. Elite is come back out behind a Major Jam. So that's something. But he is on a fresh set of mediums. And this one saying, oh, Budge. Yeah, Budge, sorry, the 4 second. So Vern's still enjoying a good gap there, but now let's see where he lies in relation to the Angry Chameleon. He looks like he's about 25 seconds. So Chameleon's making up 7 seconds on him, and he's going, sorry, about 5 seconds on him. But ultimately Chameleon's tires are warm now. That was 5 laps ago, and Vern is coming down around this final sector, and he's losing time to guys behind him. Interesting tactics here on these mediums. He has 11 laps and he looks like he I can only imagine he's going softs. Lighter car at the end. Can he make softs go that long? It's probably going to be chewing them by the time he does. But no, he's going again. It certainly looks like that's the way forward for him in his mind. Oh my god, he's going to have 10 laps about on those softs. That's possible. Budge has gone in on the hards before Vern has on the mediums. Let's see where Budge comes as regards to Chameleon. He's out. Budge we see there just coming out of pits. He's about where he was. Hasn't lost much time there. Okay, so Bunsey is 14 seconds behind Vern. Angry Chameleon is still 23 seconds behind Vern. He's being solid. He's enjoying those mediums. He's definitely enjoying those mediums. Major Jam. Oh, Major Jam on those 5 lap old cards is after losing out to Elite Carbon on those new nice mediums. And Budge not too far behind either, so those hard runners, those tyres are in a good spot right now, but those mediums are going to be golden in a couple of laps and are going to start reeling in these people. So Chameleon 10, 22, 24, 23, 24 seconds behind. So is a hero fast? Oh no, time penalty. That looked like it was going to be fast lap. Now, is this it? 10 laps? Yes. And I have to imagine he's going soft. He is going to come out behind Angry Chameleon, but he's going to have a nice new fresh set of softs. Here we go. We will join the Chameleon. Chameleon who has lost Elite Carbon now. Elite Carbon has made that happen. Iron Man is into the pits too on those hards. Is he going to go softs? Yeah, so I knew Vern was thinking softs. And Elite Carbon from 3rd, and because everybody's nice and tight, Vern drops back all the way to 5th, but he's on the fastest, best tyres right now. But how long will those tyres last? That's what it's all about. He's not so far off, but Bunsey has to stop now. Bunsey's going to stop, but what we have here is, oh, Mick is gone. Oh, Mormick is gone and Big Knockos is around. Oh, and we have a safety car. And that's huge for Bunsey. Is it a safety car? I'm pretty sure it's a safety car. I can't tell on these freaking things anymore. There's the white car coming out. There is the safety car. It is a safety car. Can they pass it? Oh, Supreme and Blue Gunner have got caught behind it. That is oh! And that is Blue Gunner, who's in the wall because he's had an interaction with the safety car for some reason. And that's huge because Byrne is on softs. But Bunsey has a massive advantage here. He's going to gain hugely from this safety car. That's a bit of a cut there on the corner. Oh, Bunsey gaining hugely out of this. Bunsey was in no man's land until this. Elite Carbon will have the lead in this race. Vern. Major Jam is going in. Major Jam figures that it's worth stopping. So does Kaiser. Budge is on fresh enough tyres that he figures it won't. Vern is out there in the softs. Bunsey comes out on hards. Or sorry, mediums. He could have gone softs, surely. Especially with another lap or so behind the thing. Safety car. But Jam, Kaiser, Rory, Big Knockos, man, all into the pits, and Mormick and Wilford are out of this race. And that's just the culmination of a great quali and an absolutely heartbreaking race for Mormick. So Vern gains all the time back up that he was behind. He's in third position on a set of softs. Elite Carbon's in a great position on those mediums. Angry Chameleon stayed on those hards, and he's going to be a sitting duck for those softs. And Budge, Bunsey, and Iron Man in great positions now. Is a Hero and Angry Chameleon on their second stint are losing out because they've got older tyres. The slower of all the tyres. Everybody behind them. Even Blue Gunner would likely go in at this rate. But everybody behind them looking like they're going to be on great tyres. All fairly new mediums. So they are going to be bunched right back up and seriously disadvantaged on those older hard tyres. This brings Budge back into contention. Budge currently ahead of Chameleon, and he will stay there as things are. Vern in third. He's going to get a great result. He's going to get another podium. Has had a great end to the season. And this is brilliant for Vern. This is brilliant for Vern because ultimately what it means is that Vern is getting less racing laps on these softs. So what a call. What a call. We have Kaiser gone in for, Kaiser's gone in for softs. Oh no, he was in. Sorry, I beg your pardon. He was gone in. Welch and Blue Gunner are gone in. So everybody behind is a Hero and Angry Chameleon with better tyres at this rate. All fairly brand new tyres as it happens. Why not getting the benefit of them two stopping, but ultimately Welch getting out ahead of him just a little bit, but he's on the worst of the backing markers tyres wise. Budge on fairly new tyres. Two of those laps are behind safety car. Folks, it is possible that at the end of this race we will have some of the drivers in to say thank you for everything that happened this season. We will likely have some of those drivers in. We will join the channel once this is all done. And I'd have to imagine that this is the last lap under safety car, and it means, yeah, there it is, as we say, just as we said it. But Elite Caravan looking like he's going to take the three final races. Vern still in a good spot, 6 laps, I think it is. 7 laps left, including 22. I beg your pardon. Well, that's the lap inclusive of 22 and 20. We will likely get some of these drivers in. We're going to join the chat. Now, this is it. Caravan is backing him up, but he's gone. And now, Budge, right where he needs to be. And already here, Bunsey, no, is a hero losing time on Bunsey. Vern is overtaken Chameleon on track. And Chameleon is probably losing his nut. Because here comes Budge, the 2 guys in the world he doesn't want around him. Budge on great tyres for this. 3 of those laps are on under safety car. So they are brand new mediums. Oh, and this is going to be crucial. Vern is already pulling in Elite Caravan at the front. Who would have thought it? This is a great drive from Vern. Angry Chameleon falling off the back there, and Budge is just tight there. Look at the difference. Look at the difference in the way this car is being handled. Those hards are very hard to warm up again on a restart, and let alone the fact that they're now. He has gone some laps under safety car, but they are older, colder, hard tyres. And Budge is just sizing Chameleon up for this overtake on this long straight. He doesn't want to lose too much time on Vern because Chameleon is falling outside the DRS zone. We don't have DRS for at least a couple of laps. Knockout from Supreme Bio losing time. Welsh Wizard overtaking them. And here's Budge. Is this where it happens? Is this where Budge not only ahead of him in the championship, but ahead of him in the final race? There it is. The overtake has happened. Budge and Vern are the 2 ahead of Chameleon in this race. Chameleon has to be happy with the fact that this race has gone a crap ton better than some of his previous races. But now he's vulnerable to Bunsey and is a hero, and Angry Chameleon likely to lose some time. Especially once the DRS comes back. And there is Budge just ahead. We're looking at the battle between Elite Caravan and Vern ahead of them. This is going to be a very interesting end to this race. Those 3 different sets of tyres in the top 6. 3 on medium, 1 on soft, and 2 on hard in the top 6. All battling it out there, and all having very different fates as to the way this race will end. Let's see how it all materialises. Chameleon now starting to lose a bit of time on Budge, as Bunsey is all over the back of him. He's going to enjoy overtaking Chameleon as well, you have to imagine. So Chameleon not only falling down the table, in reality he's falling down the standings in this race, just out of the fact that the safety car just came at the wrong time for the guys on the hards. Budge is trying to get inside Vern's DRS time. And there is Knockos, who seems to be around. He is after spinning the car, and Kaiser, who has the only bet on this week, or somebody who would have bet on him. Vern challenging. Look at Elite Caravan being able to hold it. Vern will be able to go around him inside because he's on those soft with better grip. But that's one of the, you saw that happen to Mormick. He loses a ton of time doing that, staying that far in. And there's Hero gone. Hero's gone. After losing a ton of time, the DRS is activated. And I mean, Budge is on the podium, Angry Chameleon is off of it, and he's outside that DRS zone. Vern is just really like he's just challenging everything Elite's got to offer here, and this could be a very interesting. If Vern wins, we will have a 13th winner in season 4 out of 20 drivers. Is phenomenal results. It shows you how well that this season has been and how competitive it's been. Bunsey still hasn't reeled in Angry Chameleon now, but you have to imagine on the DRS zone in this final sector that he is going to do that. Major Jam now past Is a Hero, who is back to 14. He has suffered there. He had a bit of a moment, I have to imagine. Angry Chameleon losing time. He's going to be vulnerable to Bunsey. Major Jam is a good deal bit of time outside of Bunsey. So Angry Chameleon may not drop all the way back as far as Major Jam, but you have to imagine he's going mad at the fact that this just came at the wrong time for him. Bunsey, is he going to do it this time? Look at the speed difference. Look at that. Chameleon trying to put off the inside, but he came back a bit to the right. Chameleon, he's going to get the DRS because he's pulled out of it. But Bunsey enjoying the overtake there. Welsh Wizard has been overtaken by Major Jam, but Welsh Wizard has got a 3-second time penalty. And that's incredible. That was incredible. That means, oh, that's interesting. Kaiser Gunn has come back out, or has come and just set fastest lap again. Unbelievable. Verne just not able to make it happen on those softs, but he's losing to the guy who is clearly in form as this season comes to a close. Unbelievable stuff. Budge now in the DRS of Verne, and you have to imagine it's going to be also a transfer from soft to medium as these tyres get a little older. Bunsey is now within the DRS of Budge. Look at this. Look at this. Just look at how this is going. This is unbelievable. Angry Chameleon now out of the DRS of Bunsey. And Welsh Wizard is hunting down Angry Chameleon and those soft tyres. They're the newest soft tyres on track. And he's in a Mercedes. He is very likely going to bridge that gap. And he may drag Major Jam into the same challenge. This is crazy. This is going to be a crazy ending. Budge in the DRS. Was Bunsey? No, he wasn't. And Verne has run wide and Budge has snuck around. No! Who the hell was that? Sorry. What? That was Elite Carbon. I beg your pardon. Oh, Elite Carbon has used a ton. Oh, so has Verne. Used a ton of ERS. Budge is staying there. About the same as Elite. The two Alpha Tauris doing the job. This could be an Alpha Tauri 1-2, folks. This could definitely be an Alpha Tauri 1-2. But Bunsey now is in this DRS train of the top four. Angry Chameleon is going to be susceptible eventually to the hard or the soft tires of Welsh Wizard. But the top four pulling away from the Angry Chameleon, and his roles reversed for Budge and Chameleon in the final stint of this championship. Angry Chameleon doing enough, I think, at the moment not to be. Angry Chameleon doing enough in this race and not to slip too far back. He won't be overtaken by Major Jam as things happen. And you know, a nice solid race from the Angry Chameleon just when he needed it, not to fall much further. We don't know how it stands with some of the other drivers, but we will check how that might have affected the standings as this race when this race comes to an end. Anyway, Budge and Bunsey in the DRS. Oh, Budge did not get into the DRS this time around. Oh, he did. Oh, he didn't. I beg your pardon. That is crazy. But Verne is still challenging. Verne is now ahead. The better exit, and this is what happens. We've seen it happen, Mick, earlier. If you go into that corner the wrong way, you lose a ton of time to people behind you, and that gives Budge back the DRS that he needed so badly. Yep, sure did. And that brings him back into this. But look at this. Verne going around the outside. Elite trying to do this in a way that he defended the inside, but lost it on the fact that he was slow coming out of that turn. So Verne is now leading this race with 2 laps to go. Wow! And now Budge is all over the back. It's 0.04 of a second as Angry Chameleon falls further back, and Welsh Wizard seems to be pulling him in as he's now 1.6 seconds Big Knuckles is up to 7. Born in China, we hear. Major Jam has fallen behind Big Knuckles. Major Jam going one way, Big Knuckles going the other. As is Welch and the other guys. So it is a bit of a neutral situation at the front with regard to DRS. Verne has very little ERS to defend with. Budge and Bunsey with the most ERS to defend or to use. Budge is using it. Oh, and he's challenging the inside. Interesting. Interesting tactics there for Budge. Oh! And now they're side by side, and who's going to get it? The DRS is going to be gotten by Budge as they cross the line. And he has the better exit out as well. He gets it. There we go. Oh, but Budge is ahead. Bunsey takes Carbon too. And that's the battling for you as this final lap as we start the final lap. Budge is up to second. Verne is in first on those softs. What an absolutely stonking what a phenomenal strategy by medium soft in China, looking like it's going to serve Budge tremendously. He has 14, 16. Everybody has used up everything, and Carbon is back ahead of Bunsey. But is that just going to serve him better? Look at Chameleon coming back into this. Knuckles is now making inroads. What is going on? Chameleon, the two Alpines in the top 6. What's going on? Unbelievable. But the two best cars on track, or the two most consistent cars on track right now, are the Alpha Tauris both on the podium. And Budge is going to be sitting looking at this, and he's going to go, I've got the DRS. Is it going to happen? Am I going to take my first win of the season? Will Budge do it? He is now closing in. He's got the DRS. And he's going to challenge him into the final corner. Oh, and who will get it? Oh, he's being pushed wide. Oh my God. This is going to be a race to the line. It's 1/10 of a second. It's going to be a new winner this season anyway. And it's going to be Verne as he takes the win in China. What a phenomenal result. Budge finished the season without a win. Denied by Verne. Elite Carbon goes third, finishing out the podium positions. Bunsey into the top 4 without getting a great boost from a late safety car. Angry Chameleon retains 5th place, his best drive in an Alpine ever seen. Brilliant stuff. Knuckles across the line in 6th from the back of the pack. Major Jam dropping a few positions. Welch Wizard looking like he was going to take in some... it looked like he was going to take... Oh my God, I wasn't streaming right. Ah, fuck this stream. Fuck this stream whatsoever. Anyway, that's why we have one viewer more than 4. Nobody commented to let me know though. I appreciate that, folks. Oh, folks, that's the day that's in it. What an end to this race, and I'm sorry you didn't get to see any of it. I am sorry you did not get to see any of it, the end. Nobody commented. It's all commentary from the second half of the race, and that's because of this fracking game. The way it's cut out right on the last lap. After the race. So we got to the end of the race, which is something. But that's my apologies, folks. I've got nothing else to say. Let's see what we can do here. Let's jump into the... Oh, I'm sorry, folks. There's nothing more to report. That is the end of the session. Let's get in with the lads. We have 13 drivers. Oi.
Your strategy was fucking wrong. You got lucky with the safety car.
Hold on. Before the race started, I started the race, I done 10 laps on softs, and that got me 72%. I only really started on the last lap and a half.
It doesn't matter what your rate was. You lost so much time on the start.
Yeah, I'm gonna just give me 5 minutes,
I still came out ahead, but I had faster tyre. You were on cars that were fucking 7 laps over or something.
You literally.
Cheers, Fred.
That was incredible.
Glad you were watching for
Incredible win by Vern.
that was fucking some racing carbon.
Yeah,
It was not really heavy.
plenty of respect, plenty of room. That was great.
Probably me because it was fucking hard to race.
I'm sick, man. I can't read properly, man. I think we might be in Meeps stream, are we? Just that loud, man. The fucking screaming as well.
We're all live.
We're all live on Meeps stream, man.
Phenomenal win, Vern. Congratulations.
Thanks, Meeps.
Phenomenal.
It was a very much a
season,
Meeps
folks.
inspired victory from season 1.
What?
It was a very much Meeps inspired one from season 1.
Was it season 1? Yeah,
If you recall season 1,
right.
me, you and Tony.
I knew how to win in China.
Yeah,
It was why
I remember
not
I was
see
coming
him
close, so
we didn't have anything left in the tank.
But I was gaining up because you've done the 1 stop, I think, and I done the 2 stop.
Yeah.
So that's what made me think, right, the softs might last a bit longer, and I actually done a bit of practice on the softs. So I'll give you a nail assist on that, Meeps.
Phenomenal. So we've had a record breaking.
Meeps?
Sorry?
Oh, sorry, Vern, were you on softs there at the end?
Yeah, I paid on lap 18 for softs.
Oh, fair
I went 18 laps on the mediums. They were 68%.
Fair play. Good going.
Interesting. I mean, like, it looked like that's what you were doing, but I just couldn't believe it's what you were doing. You know what I mean? But you had a
it was always a plan.
5-second gap there, you know.
And see, with that, I meant I didn't have to push either too much. Like, I had me DRS or ERS always up to about 75%. So I didn't have to push. I could look after me tyres to make sure I got out.
Yeah, and where were the
Right, lads,
mediums
I'm gonna go
after 18?
I'll chat to you during the week.
Yeah. They were on 68% after 18.
Yeah, and that has a lot to do with the fact, I suppose, you had a bit of comfort there at the front. I reckon if you'd been battling with Mormick for longer, it might have gone a different way.
Well, after I kind of nearly lost it, I think you've seen that we lost 2 seconds to Mick. He would have been home and housed. I wouldn't have caught him. He was just too fast on the straights as well.
Yeah.
But it was just, I might have had to change my strategy then to try and undercut him. It would have been my thing. But then when he went and I had the gap, I was like, right, look after me tyres.
Yeah.
I can get to the 18 laps and then take the risk. And it paid off. Because I knew, like, I done them on the practice race, they went up to 72. So
yeah.
I had a bit of leeway.
So, Budge and you going into the last couple of corners there. Look, you're side by side in the second last corner. Denying Budge his first win of the season to get yours.
Jeez, didn't realise that. I didn't know. I knew Budge was close to Carbon, but I thought Carbon was beside me, and I could see his red arrow coming in as we came out of that turn. So I was like, shit, I'm going to have to give him space coming into the final corner, which meant I'd have gone wide and he probably would have taken it. So I wasn't realising how close Budge was to it all.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, it'll be the battle that never will be seen again.
No, never. That's all because of fucking this new format.
I got disconnected. The format aside, I got disconnected during the race, and the last 10 laps didn't get recorded.
Oh, no way.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. So
the best bit and all, because like even me and when I overtook Carbon, it was on the first 2 or 3 the little loopy corner. I went on the outside, and we were so neck and neck, and like we had 3 or 4 laps of just wheel to wheel, so close, and it was so respectful. Like, you wouldn't get that if Chameleon was battling you.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
I was just glad it was Carbon, and it was great.
It was an
Like, the heart
interesting
was
battle,
racing.
to say the least. Yeah, Carbon,
It
you
was
fell off a
respectful.
little bit at the
It
end.
was
You were looking
respectful.
for 3 in a row there.
My fucking tyres were screaming, man.
You were screaming.
Yeah, they were fucking so hot, man. They were about 110 degrees. Because I kept spinning up the rears.
Yeah, I
kept
saw that
fucking
actually.
doing
You were
it
having
every single
trouble. You were having
fucking
trouble at
lap.
the end of the lap.
Yeah, and I couldn't fucking get any power down at all. And then, look, don't give a fuck. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I finished second, so I'll take it.
So
I only needed fourth,
yeah,
so I'm happy with third.
yeah, that's what I said. I said fourth gets you second, so that's a phenomenal end to the season to get second on the championship. Let me see. Budge second. It's pretty much where this season's been, right?
He's gone.
Don't think he's here at the minute. I think
No, he's gone. Is he?
smoking.
Angry Chameleon.
Yeah.
Veering on the wrong strategy, clearly, right?
He got extremely lucky. You could see during quali, he only got where he was in quali by cutting the corner, like essentially cheating. I don't know if you captured that on the stream.
There was
So
a
he
lot
shouldn't
of
have been
people
where he
avoiding
was.
the last corner, I didn't
Oh, you
notice.
fuck off, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's disgraceful stuff. And then obviously completely on the wrong strategy. Mediums to softs does not work in China. He got a safety car which absolutely saved him. He was 3 seconds ahead of me before the pit stops. He should have gone in and come out ahead of me, but he came out behind me and the safety car saved him. So yeah, very, very lucky.
And I would have overtook you with me faster
better
tyres,
looking
which
than
I did at the first
That's
straight.
it, man.
And also
And as
China
you said-
obviously is like the people in the faster cars, the Ferraris, the Mercs, the Red Bulls have a massive advantage in China, just due to the nature of the track. So yeah, a lot of luck went his way because we all know he's fucking deplorable.
But an Alpine
You
5-6
gotta race
is
the
not
track.
something we've seen in the last third of this season. So you must be happy about finally getting something out of that car.
Yeah, and I definitely would have probably won the race or certainly been on the podium. I obviously set up the car for wet weather because like the forecast was wet race. So if I had you saw Bunsey overtaking me there towards the end.
Yeah.
We had a race beforehand and he couldn't catch me at all, even with DRS. So the wings fucked me up. But it is what it is. We move on to next season.
As well. I think
You were the only one to
was
go on the
setup.
wet ones.
No, there was a lot. Me, fucking Hayden, Seamus, we were all on wet setups as well.
Oh, where is?
Yeah.
So
That's probably
we
why
just,
I couldn't get
I just
fucking-
is Mick
So
there? Is he?
I think I retained 5th position though, do I? Am I right?
Yeah, I'm here, yeah.
Yeah.
What wings do you have,
you were
Chameleon?
fifth at the end. I
Understand
know.
as
Was
well.
there something there? There's nothing. You didn't have a penalty or anything, or you might have, do you?
No, I mean overall in the championship, I think I retained 5th position.
Major Jam was the one behind you by a point. He stays at least that behind you because of you're ahead of him.
Mayo,
Yeah, I don't
Knocko's
think
train,
any of the
everyone else
people
is behind me.
in the immediate aftermath will be in that area. Yeah. I think the people ahead of you were more or less the people ahead of you.
What wings were you
Mick.
running, Chameleon?
Mick, Hole,
24-31
Yeah, bud.
instead of 24-20.
absolute ridiculous timings you were setting there. It was a 1:43.2. You were 3.5 tenths faster than everybody else. It looked like you were going to breeze it at the front of the pack. Spin.
Yeah. It's killing me. It's killing me.
Is it Mexico all over again in your mind?
Yeah. I ran a wing at the back that I knew was fast and I had a chance of spinning, but I was hoping I'd watch out for it, and I just got caught.
I think I commented on it more than once that it looked like Vern was catching you in the corners and you were lightning on the straights.
That's right, yeah. I wanted to go fast in the straights.
You were doing that. 2 massive straights there. But
What wing was it, Mick?
20.
20
Alright.
at the back. And what were the
24,
average
20.
runners? What were other people averaging?
I had 21 on the back.
I had 21 on the front and 16 on the back, so you weren't stopping me, Chameleon.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But not a bad end to the season, I suppose. Second, it's kind of where the season has been without saying, podiums but no wins, really, isn't it?
It's the first season I haven't won a race.
Yeah, that was that. I was like, either way,
And still finishes
myself
fourth.
and Vern at the end there, we're going to get the first win of the season for either. Of you. A record
I would
13
have let him
out of
pass
20
on the line.
drivers had a win this year.
Yeah.
Phenomenal stuff.
Not too
Shows
bad.
how competitive it was.
Yeah.
The fact that you finished now, what, fourth? You finished fourth without a win. Shows you the consistency,
Yeah.
though, doesn't it?
It does. Certainly does. That's all it takes. Just keep it clean, keep it on track. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And Bunsey,
Oh, that race win gets me ahead of Kaiser.
the one that you got a clown emoji for betting on him.
Kaiser had crazy pace and
I
time
did see
trial.
that. He was
Unbelievable,
taking
yeah.
fast slaps.
Yeah, so I just said I'll throw €1 on him.
Yeah.
Because I remember him
fourth
saying it was a
position,
Red Bull friendly as well.
just outside the podium.
Yeah.
But that
poor
takes you
race.
fourth, gives you 12 points, which gives you 316 on the season, and only 2 other people even made it to 200.
Not a bad season.
Kind of dominating, right?
A few hairy races here and there. I don't know if I dominated. Me and Mayo had a massive battle at the start of the season. It was touch and go. I think when the car change when the car change happened mid-season, I think is when maybe I started to pull out a little bit. But yeah, great season all round, and congrats to Vern there for his first win this season. And it was a
Thank
great
you.
drive.
Yeah, phenomenal stuff, lads. I have to hand it to you. That was an incredible season. It was well done by all. 13 different winners. Just great racing all around, and just a very tight pack. Everybody behind Bunsey was really nice and tight. Everybody else. But obviously Bunsey, an absolute masterclass. I'd like to say hello to Jack, who just joined us live from Dublin. Welcome in, Jack.
I have to give a shout out on my Twitch to Wasey RC or whatever his name is as well. Wasey RC wants a shout out for the race win, and Samurai Shrek for watching the new Verna Fosi.
Verna Fosi. We have a new Verna Fosi and a new Vern win.
They'll never be as good as us.
Is that 10 winners over a season, is it?
I think it's 12 or 13.
That's fucking
crazy.
I'll count back, and we can report on it when we're doing the season 5 kind of premier type stuff. But either way, a highly competitive season.
Did Mormick not DNF during that race?
He did.
He did, but I think it was enough laps that he classified.
He did. It was halfway through, I think, about.
No, sorry, yeah, it did actually classification. I'll change that. Did say I thought it was classifying him because of the laps done.
Yeah, Supreme.
Yes.
It hasn't been the same.
Yeah, you're still shit.
It hasn't been the same since Brazil.
One race wonder, man.
Don't get me started.
One race wonder. What a shame.
So what you're saying is, for season 5, Brazil, week 1, 2, 3, 4, etc.
What are you trying to say? You're shit, pretty much.
Are you a one-track man?
Well, I won't say a one-track man, but just this game came out and I just never really adapted too well to it.
Right.
And it's just the results show the skill, don't they? Massive skill issue.
It's but you have the pace. You know you have the pace, but you don't seem to be putting it together the way some of them are.
I don't know what to say. I just can't play the game.
Season 5.
It goes back on F1 21.
Season 5, equal cars. How do you reckon?
I'll definitely be tighter. Maybe, hopefully maybe a better situation.
You went a faster car than half of us and you still finished last.
Shut the fuck up.
To be fair.
It's been,
No chance.
Second place for Braun Cocktail. Anyway, we'll take the runners-up prize, huh?
Is a hero still here, man?
A lot of money for the
man.
team.
That
Oh yeah,
Chameleon-
well done, Kevin, on
Chameleon
your
for
last
Division
stint,
4
by the
next
way.
season.
What'd you say, Beyonce? You couldn't hear you.
Said well done on your final
three,
stint
I'm
of
sure.
the season. Coming
Three, you
second
think, is
now.
it?
I'm gonna figure it all out.
Blue Gunner or yourself?
I'd,
It was good stuff. Thank you.
I'd say Blue Gunner would be 2. Yeah, I'm gonna work it all out now shortly.
Where's Budge? Budge, where are you coming on this hour? He's gone again, isn't he?
So,
that's alright.
Blue Gunner finished 29 points behind you in the season, in 10th position.
Yeah, but he's been in faster cars, I think, or something.
Yeah, he was in a faster car than you. He was in the McLaren, and you were in the Alpine, and he still finished 29 points behind you.
Yeah, but that's the last 8 races only.
Which means the
I
gap
think he's
was
gonna
bigger
be tier
before
2.
that. And you had the Mercedes.
Let's go, Cameron.
I don't know, I can't remember what the cars Blue Gunner were in, but he was in low cars, wasn't he? Or medium cars, I should say.
So, yeah.
It's a tight one. It's definitely something you'll have to look at, obviously, because there are fast drivers there just behind you that will obviously be ahead of you in the next season.
Yeah, sorry, Blue Gunner was in the slower car. He was in the Alpha Tauri at the start. And then he stayed in the Alpha Tauri actually for the first 16 races.
He never changed. So he wasn't like when
No,
you
he
were
never
in
changed.
like there wasn't much between you for the
So I'd
last
say
2
we're-
thirds of the season. Then.
No, I'd say we're pretty much neck and neck, to be honest.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, well, look, I mean, it's an interesting new format. Tell us briefly the kind of the structure. Like we have four divisions within a super championship.
Are we still live, are we?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so we're going to have a normal driver championship and constructor championship next year on equal cars.
Drivers 1 to 20.
Yeah, and the constructors will be made up of the fastest driver and the slowest driver working its way in. So it'll be seeded basically. And then within that championship, there will also be 4 tiers, so 4 divisions essentially, like a Champions League of 5 drivers in each division. And tier 1 will obviously be the 5 fastest, tier 2 the second, and then obviously tier 4 the 5 slowest drivers, so Verne and stuff. And what will happen is they will get points during the race. So they could, for example, tier 4 could finish 15th and still get maximum points for their tier. So they'll actually be running a league against each other. And at the end of the 24 races, the top 2 from each division and the 2 best third places will go into the finals for the Super Cup. And that'll be back to realistic cars and the faster drivers and the slower cars again. That's it in a nutshell.
That's
fucking confusing.
And just run the numbers on next week and the week after with regard to
I don't mind, I just turn them down.
with regard to your
Yeah, so for the next 2 weeks, we're going to run trial races. So we obviously need some more reserve drivers in the league and bring some fresh blood into it. So at the moment, we have 17 drivers signed up. We'll create a bit more hype around it going into next week. Ideally, we just have 20 running 2 50% races, Monza and Spa. Whoever finishes in the top 4 from those 2 races will qualify for entry to wheel, subject to review of their footage. So they're going to have to submit their footage into us to make sure that they didn't, that they raced clean to get their win. So there's no reviews of races, but if you've smashed somebody to get ahead, you're not going to be allowed in.
Yeah,
so
no,
we're looking for clean
that's what I was saying. It's one thing being fast; it's even more important to be clean, right?
Yeah, exactly. So if somebody wins over the 2 races, comes first, and they don't have any footage to submit, they're automatically disqualified from entering.
Right. As they will be
if we get more than
that for normal race day anyway.
Exactly, yeah. And obviously, over the 2 weeks, will show that they're able to come back a second week, and it'll, give an indication of their commitment and availability. Right. And if we've more than 20 drivers, we'll probably just do 2 25% races on the night over the 2 weeks. So it'll be 4 25% races, but we'll see. We'll figure it out once we. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, for those who are watching, if Jack's there watching, you can scan that QR code and it'll take you to the wheel-to-wheel public server where you go to the apply to join and the wheel-to-wheel pre-season races or whatever it is, the section in there, and just hit the tick to say you're going to attend. That's pretty much how we get them in there as fast as we can. But yeah, look, I think considering I'm off away pretty early tomorrow, I'm going to call it at that. And I want to thank everybody for a great wheel-to-wheel season 4. Congratulations to Bunsey since he's here, and obviously to Kaiser for in Team Bungun for taking the constructors. And we'll see you possibly next week, depending on how late I get in, but more than likely the week after if we have a championship final. And talk to you all later.